Hello everyone and welcome to another unit review, and today we are reviewing one of my favorite type of mythical creatures ever, a dragon. Finally I have my own dragon, and it just so happens that he is a dragoon. But before we get too much into detail about him, let's show off his animations. Oh, he's just the most adorable little dragon, and well, I think he's one of the only dragons in here, but he's still absolutely adorable. So you're going to be staring at this animation for a little bit while I talk about this guy, because we have to appreciate it. So let's talk about this guy. First of all, his Trust Mastery. 50 extra attack, 20% to HP accessory. Beautiful. Just absolutely an amazing TMR to get your hands on for any damage dealer in the game. Super Trust Mastery wise, 60% attack materia with an extra 50% killers versus Beast, Spirit, and Undead. Those are physical damage killers, but since it's on an attack materia, who cares? It's just beautiful extra attack damage. Now, for Flammie here, the important thing to know is that he is a support damage dealer. So, good thing will be for him to survive a lot of damage, and the other thing that will be very, very good for him is having a high attack stat. Now, his base attack in a 7-star is 197 with 65 extra stat pots. That is 7 pots less than some of the top attack stat units in the game. So that is going to hurt his damage dealing a little bit, but he is a true dual hand. So basically this unit is built best as a true dual hand. You can equip swords, staffs, I don't know why I always blank on that, flails, fists, but more importantly, lances. And we'll talk about why lances are important. But his equipment isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Speaking of support though, his limit burst at a 7-star maxed out is a 54% damage reduction for 1 turn, which is really important for surviving some turns as it turns out, and an AoE 3 turn 70% resistance to fire, water, wind, earth, light, and dark. Beautiful set of elements to resist all at once, and his limit burst only costs 28 crystals, which isn't that bad. It really isn't that bad. Basically, fairly reliable to be charged up. Now, in his kit, he has a lot of attack boosts, as well as getting extra stats from espers of 20% extra. He can survive fatal hits when he's over 40%, once per battle/life. And he gives himself 10% MP recovery per turn. He's sleep and confusion resistant. And he even has in his 6-star kit some true dual hand bonus for just being equipped with a true dual hand weapon. 100%. That means he's pretty easy to build even as a 6-star, so long as you can get a true dual hand weapon like a spear. And in his kit, in his 6-star, he has a total of 75% extra damage from his natural killers against Beast, Spirit, and Undead. So he's pretty dangerous against those. Other than that, in his 6-star kit, he has a revive move, he has an AoE heal, as well as giving himself light to his attacks. So true dual hands don't really, true dual hand weapons typically don't have an element, but even so, this guy can just give himself his best elements. And we'll talk more about that in a second. He also can give himself wind in a physical attack, so that's nice to have. And his 2-time jump abilities in his 6-star kit debuff for 5 turns for either attack or magic of 50%. Good, good. Jumps and debuffs them at the same time. Really nice. He also has an AoE 3-turn, 70% resistance to either wind and light, I should say, and fills the summon gauge for 2 to 3 Esper crystals. He has an extra 100% jump damage. Whew. And he has 2 AoE buff abilities for the entire team that either do attack and defense or magic and spirit, and either give physical damage resistance and fill the summon gauge, or give magical resistance and fill the summon gauge. As a 6-star, he's pretty competent, but it's his 7-star, of course, where he truly shines. By equipping his Trust Mastery reward, which is a 50 attack accessory, why would you not want that equipped? An extra 50% to attack, and an extra 50% to dual hand, plus 1 limit burst crystal per turn. Very nice. Now this guy does have 3 cooldown abilities. First of all, he has an AoE on a 4-turn cooldown, or 3-turn cooldown, available turn 4. My brain is just dying right now. Has an AoE 2-turn minus 100% to wind and light resistance, which is a very strong debuff, as well as a 1-turn timed jump of 750%, so a very strong jump attack when being true dual-handed. Other than that, he has 2 90 MP cooldown abilities, one that gives attack and defense, 100% wind resistance, all for 3 turns AoE, and gives himself the wind element. Then he has another ability that boosts magic and spirit for 3 turns, and sorry, my throat's dying. Plus 100% to light resistance, and gives himself the light element for 3 turns. So he gets himself ready and gets the party ready, and he just buffs everyone at 150%, which is the top tier buffing right now. So good stuff. In his 7-star kit, he also has at level 110 an AoE 2 times 225%. So if you put this guy with dual wield in arena, he can do what Dark Veritas does and just hit 4 times for 999 damage. Big damage dealer in arena. He also, interestingly, has in his 7-star kit a natural physical and magic damage reduction on himself every turn, so he's always taking less damage. And he has more resistances in a 7-star kit to blind and petrify, 20% extra to spirit, 20% to HP and MP, and lastly, an extra 50% to his jump damage. So all of that makes for a pretty good unit as far as I'm concerned, and mine is not stat potted and not even max leveled because it's just difficult to get that much resources right now. But I do have him equipped with Aranea's TMR for the extra jump damage, 2 of Magnolia's TMR for extra jump damage, and True Dual Hand and a Wind Veritas TMR for, you can guess, extra jump damage. Now the party we're going to be showing him off with basically excels in wind and light damage. Go figure that. I think I clicked in properly. Okay, there we go. So what we're going to be trying to do with this guy is we are going to be trying to build up and get ready for a giant turn where we can show off his best jump ability. Because that's really one of the things that will determine how much damage this guy can do. So we want to focus on MP as well as getting our limit burst ready. And more importantly, Wind Veritas' limit burst ready. Now, because his abilities are only on a 3-turn cooldown, we have to essentially wait a little bit before we can use that. But we could also give him the wind element through his and light element through his other abilities. So you can see, heals, and gives himself just that light element on his attacks. And we want to make sure that we are giving him the wind element for his attacks. Because turn 3 we have to do that, turn 4 we have to jump. So first of all, we will use his light element, which is this ability. So gives the team light resistance and buffs the entire party. Pretty nice little dragon if you ask me. Hopefully we get a little more progress on Wind Veritas' limit burst, because I would like to use that. Ignis can now do his full buff. We want to make sure we give him wind resistance for sure. Continue building. We have Wind Veritas ready now. And now this is the cool part. So once we do the jump up into the air, he does his full debuff, but we're also going to be using Wind Veritas to make sure that we are doing as much as we possibly can. We don't need Ignis anymore, so he can just... Ah, what the heck, we got... Let's just do it anyway. So we are going to be chaining in wind damage though. As you can see, his debuff made both of our Runeras do a ton more damage. But we are going to debuff even more because of Wind Veritas Limit Burst, which debuffs the wind element further. So we're going to do that. We're going to do this. Not bad. He does kind of work in a wind and light element team for sure, and he's one single hit for about 62 million without being even fully what he could be. He could be much better if I just could fully max level him. Unfortunately, I just don't have the resources to do it quite now, and I'll get there eventually. So maybe we'll get an update video in the future about him, but as far as I'm concerned, Flammie, pretty damn good unit. So that's all for this video. I will see you in the next one, where we will be looking at more Secret of Mana units. Till then, see you next time.